Hello everyone, this is Jessica and I'm here with my last project for Maymaymadeit Critter Christmas blog hop. It's the Critter Christmas stamp set that I'll be using from Maymaymadeit, and I think she only has about 10 left in her store, if not less. I haven't checked for a while. But it's Paw Humbug, the cinnamon I'm going to be using for all three of my cards. And I also used a 6x6 inch paper pad from We Are Memory Keepers. I use Close to My Heart Clover Metals. I use Jolene's E-Cake Success Christmas lights. I use Sesame Street Season and Better Together. Now this cartridge is an Imagine cartridge, and I'm not sure if you guys have an Imagine machine. I was originally going to use the Pop-Up Neighborhood. I was going to cut out this image right here. And I couldn't use this image because my blade on my Cricut went dull. And my Imagine's machine wasn't any better, but I couldn't use my old cartridges in my Imagine because it needs to be updated and I don't have internet. I just have my phone data on my phone. So I used the Better Together and the Sesame Street. The one that I used, and I did modify it a little bit, was Oscar, because we all know, I grew up with Sesame Street, that Oscar is a grump. So I didn't, this was a summer one, I just cut off the crab, and the seaweed that you see here, I actually just modified that and took that seaweed off. So I did make some modifications to it, but I'm not sure if you guys are picking that up. This lighting is not very good today. So let's get to it. Okay. So I'm going to be using a 6x6 card. Let's see if I can get this straight here. Okay, I'm going to be using a 6x6 card base and that paper pad. Just going to put some temporary adhesive to adhere this quicker. Okay, this 6x6 card base is just 6x12 scored at 6 inches. And so here's the card base. And then this house was cut at 6.1 on my Imagine machine. And I did stamp Paw Humbug. Not sure if you guys can see that really well, but stamped really nicely. I used that Close to My Heart. Did put some adhesive on this. And this up here is overlapping a little. That's okay because I actually cut off the top of the house because it was a little too long. And some water got on this. So here's the top. Here's the top of the house. And I put some adhesive on that. Now to adhere this, this is a 6x8 envelope. I'm just going to set my envelope down and make sure that it fits in my card. I should say that my card fits inside it. And this is going to be adhere better. I'm just doing this quick so that way you guys don't suffer me trying to put stuff perfectly. Okay, so there is these little lights. Aren't those cute? Then I cut out this tree from the Sesame Street cartridge again. I just ripped a teared a piece of paper here, and I'm just going to set this here in my corner. It's a little and here's my Oscar, my grouchy Oscar. He's cute. Okay. Let's see. I think that is it for my Sesame Street cartridge. He was cut at 4 inches, and the tree was cut at 4.5 inches. So that is it. Super simple, and it does fit into my 6x8 card base. So I just thought I'd share. That's super sweet. And this is where the seaweed was, and I just cut this off. And I think it turned out super cute. I'm going to pull you off for a second off the tripod to make sure you guys can see the whole entire card. There's my card. Here you go back. Okay, that's card number 1. It's my favorite. It was my pain. It was a pain to do only because my Cricut wasn't cutting. And I didn't want to go to the store to buy Cricut blades. Here's my card I made, my second card with my Imagine machine. And again, I used that best friend. And it says Happy Holidays. Isn't that cute? He hops, he howls. Perfect card. Summer. It's a summer happy holidays. But that's okay because in Puerto Rico it doesn't snow. So super easy and cute and fun to make. And this was at 3 inches. So here's a shape card that I made using Elegant Edges, I believe. And it kind of looks like to me like a honeycomb, and so this is why I picked this. These little triangles are just punched out from an E-Cake Success. This twine, this light is really bad. This twine is from Liz's Paper Loft Boutique. And I just did 2 little bows. And I hear that, in case you are wondering, with this Tombow Multi Liquid Glue. And let me just put some adhesive on here. It's going to be a really quick card. This, I actually cut out this shape for something else. Just had it in my stash, so decided to use it as I was trying to get my Cricut to try to cut better. I gave up with it for a little bit with that project and decided to just stamp and work on this one. So this is a stamp. This is what the stamp looks like. And they kind of look like sad bears. And so I used these stickers from an EK Success sticker. It was $1 at Walmart. And since they look sad, I figured I would put Paw Humbug on them as well. This isn't even, and this is why I use temporary adhesive, and then when I'm done I take my time adhering stuff. But there's a really cute simple card.